All right, I think we are recording. Yep, we're recording. All right, cool. So my name is Chris Adams, and I'm going to build for you guys today the lowest rated parking lot application for Air Garage for interview purposes. So what I've done before I started the recording is I created a repository. I ran Create React app. So I got that out of the way. As you can see, it's running right now. It's just a plain Jane CRA. I did that because it takes some time and it's like watching paint dry. I don't want to waste your guys' time watching the recording go. So we're going to start now. So let's have some fun. Let's take a look at what the project is. All right, I have your documentation here. Lowest rated parking lot coding challenge. Background at Air Garage, we replace legacy old school parking systems and machines with easy to use, reliable way to pay for parking. Cool. We are therefore interested in knowing where parking is most poorly managed so we can offer the best parking lot owners a better solution. Okay. Your goal in this challenge will be to use the Yelp API to find and display the lowest rated parking lots. All right. Challenge takes an hour. QuickTime Player, I'm using Zoom because I already have it installed for my teaching purposes in the evening. And you get to see my handsome mug down in the lower right hand corner. So that way you know who's actually doing the challenge face to face, right? I can use Google and stuff. Cool. Our goal is to see how I code in real time. We Google all the time. Yeah, so do I. So yeah, we're on the same page there. All right, your goal is to build a web app that finds and displays the lowest rated parking lots in a given region using the Yelp API. Create a front end with search field that enables you to enter a location like San Francisco or Los Angeles. Show a list of parking lots from Yelp in that location with the address, an image if available, star rating, review count, and link to the Yelp page. Okay. Also display a parking lot score that factors the number. Okay, we got some math. Looks like it takes the reviews multiplied by the rating divided by the number of reviews by 1. I actually read that link and it's actually pretty valid. It makes a little more sense of the review rating. You know, somebody's got a 5-star rating with 2 reviews, somebody's got a 4-star rating with 70 reviews. Obviously, the 4-star rated one should come up as a higher rating. All right, using the Yelp API. We got an API key, it's a bearer token. Language, we're going to do this in React. JavaScript, awesomeness. And yeah, YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive's fine. I'll probably post mine on YouTube because I already have a YouTube channel that I carry. And yeah, I'll submit the project there. Cool. All right, let's take a look at this Yelp API. Get request, search, lots of query strings, lots of options. There's location from the emphasis. It's where we enter a city. Looks like it'll take, a string with an actual address or just the code for the city. You use latitude or longitude instead. One of those 3 is required. Actually, these 2 kind of go together, or that one. Term, that's probably going to be useful for parking. Radius, we're probably not going to use. Categories. For example, I wonder if they got a category for that. Let's take a look. We want parking. Where's our P's? P's. We got parks. All right, so it looks like parking's not an option in categories. A locale. Yeah, I think we're just going to concentrate on these 2 right here. Let's get it going. All right, so first thing I want to do is I'm going to remove all this Create React app stuff. Ditch that. Ditch this. We're going to public. We're going to this index HTML. And I'm going to leave the favicon at React because I really don't have a logo to put there right now. But I am going to change this title. title is going to be lowest rated parking. Yeah, that looks good. We'll leave the rest of this stuff there. Go back into app. All right, so I'm thinking about scaffolding this project already. It looks like it's just going to carry a single, basically like a single page or single view. Search bar at the top, display series of cards on the bottom with the sorted in order, lowest to highest rating. And we might limit that to, depending on how many records we get back, we might limit that. In fact, I didn't even look at the API if there's a limit. Yeah, limit. By default, we'll return 20. Okay, cool. So 20 is good enough. We'll leave it there. And yeah, so I'm immediately already thinking about state. I think I'm going to use the reducer pattern on this, even though the use state might be sufficient, but I think I'm going to need maybe more than one hook. And I like to use reducer because in case the app scales, it's an easy transition to a custom hook for global state with context, or even using Redux or Recoil or Conflux or any of those other popular ones out there. If you already have a reducer sitting there, you're ahead of the game. So let's start scaffolding the project a little bit. First, I want to give this a title. Give this an H1. Let us know what we're doing. Lowest rated parking app. Oh, I said fat finger tonight. It's because I feel like somebody's watching. All right. I'm going to create some files in here, folders. I'm going to create a first one. It's going to call state. It's where our reducer and our actions are going to live. I'm going to create another folder. I'm going to call this. I like to use views and subfolder that, but I think that's a little bit too much for this project because it's going to be smaller. So I'm just going to make a components folder. So you know what? We're going to make it a views anyway. I'm going to plan on this scaling like it could be something large. So in state here, I'm going to create a new file. We're going to call this the, we'll call this the parking reducer. Yes. And we'll come over here and we'll make another file. We'll call this parking actions. All right, views. I'll create a new folder. I'm going to call this, we'll call this the landing view. And inside the landing view, I'm going to have a file called, we'll call this the home component. Should I make search a separate component? We'll find out. We'll play that by ear. So first, I'm going to build my home component. Is going to be my container for the main application. I use that to contain things and maybe switch things up. We'll see what other components have to go into that. And I'm going to say RFC. Let's build a React functional component. And here, I'm going to make some comments. Make this a comment. I'm going to call it search. So I need there. And then I'm going to also need a component that's going to have like cards. Search might be on top. That might end up in app. So it's going to be more like a card component, card container here. Yeah, let's move that out. We're going to have that in app. So we'll go to app, and we're just going to add under here let's say search and card container. So let's start with let's build our reducer first. I'm going to build a reducer. I'm going to start by creating an initial state. Object. This object's going to hold. It's going to have lots. We're going to initialize that to. Actually, we're going to have this. We're going to call this results. That object looked pretty robust. There might be some cool stuff we can use in there. I'm going to have a loading state. That way, if it we can put it through all of our state machine processes. So our API takes a little bit of time, and we'll have an error state for now. An empty string. All right, let's build a reducer. So parking reducer. About typos. Equal a function that's going to take in a state and a action object. And we'll put that in a switch case. And we're going to switch on the action dot type. Why is it doing that? Of course, we're going to give every switch has to have a default. And default, we're just going to return state. Now, I'm probably just going to carry this on the top level with a use reducer hook, because I think it's going to end up pretty simple. Let me export this initial state. We'll go into app, and we're going to bring in that hook. Now, I'm kind of weird about this. I like to keep all my CSS imports at the bottom, relevant framework imports at the top, and then subcomponents in between there. So I'm going to import reducer from React. Let's go ahead and make our reducer. The state and dispatch. Right. Use reducer. Use reducer takes in takes in the reducer first and then the state afterwards. So let's give it our reducer, which we have to go grab. So let's import. We need our initial state. Might be trying to go too fast. But I want to get this done for you guys and make it look good. And the parking reducer. And I keep catching that L. This from state and the parking reducer. And we're going to use reducer hook. Say parking reducer. State. Save that. Let's see if it blows up yet. Haven't blown up yet. And just to verify it's connected. Console log state. Fire up the inspection tool. Let's see what we get. Console. Oh, we're getting an object. Error loading results. Cool. We're connected. Let's move on. We can pull that back out of the way. All right, so we have that. The next thing we need to do is let's make our API call. Let's get our data. So let's take a look. It's protected with an API key. We could use the fetch API. There's a couple other things out there. I'm really a fan of Axios. I like Axios because it automatically parses and stringifies your JSON for you. It simplifies things quite a bit. So I think I'm going to use the Axios library for this. So let's add a terminal, and I'm going to import Axios. And I have state. State, we have our views. So I'm going to rename that. Rename home, and then I'm going to create another folder, and I'm going to call this one. Yeah, there we go. Homes and home. I'll do it this way. That way, when I go to style it, I can add my own individual like SCSS files for styling within that folder, and any tests that might be relevant as well. Today, it is an hour challenge, so I don't know if I want to get to testing, but I would love to if I could. All right, so I'm thinking, I already want to make a utils folder. And in here, I'm going to make a file called API. This is where I'm going to create my Axios request that handles the token. So I'm going to import Axios from Axios, export. I'm going to call it API, const API. That is going to, I don't think I need to bring in anything yet. We're going to return the promise of Axios, or the instance of Axios that's going to return promises. We're going to create the instance object, a base URL. I like to do this right away, so it makes any extra calls I got to do easier. And let's take a look at that logic. Where's our endpoint? It's this guy right here. So let's grab that. Oh, missed a bit of it. Copy. String, paste, okay. And then we're going to have a headers object. This is where we're going to drop our token, authorization. And this is going to be a string. We're going to backtick this. And I kind of want to protect that. Do I want to protect that? That is an API key. So yeah, I'm going to say bearer, and then I'm going to add some stuff here in a minute. So let's, I'm going to install .env. I mean, even though it's still JavaScript on the front end, they can get it if they want to. It makes it a little hard. It makes it a challenge, right? And I got an idea how I want to do this. I just pulled that up because I did this in a previous project where React was a little picky about its env variables. So I wanted to check that. New file, .env. And here I'm going to create a React app. That's going to equal, I'll use that little string you guys gave me here. Drop it right here. Save that. Go into API. And I'm going to error space. Curly braces. And this is going to be process.env. React app bearer. Okay, that's what I called it. And you are in the way zone. Let's see, did we blow up yet? We didn't blow up yet. I think I gotta require them. Require config take care of .env. So we have that, and we can move on. So we have that. Let's go into our actions. We're going to create an action. I'm going to say export. I'm going to create a loading. We're going to export. Wow. You used to doing objects lately, you know. Error equal error export const. We'll call it results equals results. There's that. Now I'm going to create an action creator. I'm going to create a little asynchronous function. Const, let's say get parking. Well, a function that's going to take in a parameter. It's going to take in a location. And we're going to take in our dispatch method. The reason why I'm bringing it in here is so I can call it multiple times to hit my state machine and get it running. So let's see here. First, we want to dispatch loading. So I'm going to dispatch type. It's going to be loading. Yeah, there we go. And then I want to import my API. From slash chills API. I call API invoked. It should have a get method. It does. And I'm going to get to, let me see here. That's not where I want to be. Our query string. We need term. Term's going to be this only endpoint it gives us. Yeah, it looks like everything operates from that endpoint. So I never had to change that. It's all a GET request. Should I add the term in there? You know what? Let's add that to the base URL. So query string term equals parking. So we're always looking for parking. Come in here. I'm gonna add to this GET request backticks and location equals curly braces location. Then the happy path. We're gonna get a response. We're gonna console log it first. See what it looks like actually in our code. We're gonna catch any errors. Also console.log those, and I'm going to console log it as an object so I can get all of the things that the error object returns. All right, so I have that. Let's export that actually. And let's see if we can't make it go. So in order to make this go, I'm going to create my search. New file. I'm going to say search.js. This is going to be a functional component. I don't even need to import React anymore, but it makes it anyway. Might as well use it. Okay, we got a div there. We're going to create a form tag that's going to have one input. And it's going to have a button. Just gonna activate. Bring that into app. App.js, just so we can see what it looks like. We're gonna placeholder it right here. Yeah, that's what I want. All the things, and I'm gonna pass this. Dispatch. Yes, I am passing props because it's only one level. Simpler, we didn't, integrate a global state function yet, so we'll just ride with it like this. See if it's broken. No, I got a button that says nothing. That looks terrible. Let's go fix that. We're gonna say search. That should create a search button. Cool. Let's bring in this anymore. Let's state. We're going to create some form handling state. So const form, set form, use state, and it's going to be an empty string start. Let's create a handle function. So I'm going to call this const handle change. Change equals a function that's going to take in the event object or the event method, whatever you choose to call it. And then I'm going to set my form to the e.target value. Let's go down to our input and let's start adding some of the things. So on change equals handle change. I give this a value. This value is going to be the form. So now we are a controlled input. I give a placeholder too. Placeholder, I'm going to say, I'm just going to give an example like, I don't know, Chicago. Sounds like a good Chicago. That's awesome. Chicago. So we should see a little Chicago there. All right, cool. Input needs to have a label. And our label is going to say enter location. I do not like the way that is stacking. We might be creating some styling. We'll deal with the styling here in a bit. Location. Gotta tie these together. This is HTML4. We're gonna call this location, and I'm gonna give this an ID. Now the screen readers are happy. And now the button's going to have a type to submit. We're going to create a submit function. So const, we'll call it handle submit. Well, another one that's going to take in the event. We don't want it to refresh, so we're going to prevent the default. At default, and now we're going to be calling our action. So I'm going to import. That was called, what did I call that thing? Let's see here. Parking actions, get parking. It's going to come from slash state action. And I'm also bringing in props. I'm only bringing in one prop, so I'm just going to destructure that, and it's called dispatch. So here I'm going to call get parking. Passing in my values, which the first one is the form, which is our location. Next one is the dispatch method. We have it. Let's tie this to the form. Submit. It's going to equal handle submit. Oh, not handle change. Handle submit. Yeah, cool. All right, let's see if this works. So I'm going to, now we want to inspect here. I'm going to type in Tampa. Click the button. Inspect. See if we got any errors. Oh, we got lots of errors. Changing an uncontrolled input, but it's control. What am I missing there? I'll have to take a look into that. Oh, we got CORS policy. Gross. CORS, the bane of my existence with free apps. Okay, so let's try to fix that CORS policy. I actually have a good workaround for it. I think that's what we're going to use. I'm going to use like a little proxy server called CORS Anywhere through Heroku app. I do it dynamically. That way it's protected and doesn't end up in production, I guess you could say. Or you could just remove it before you put it into production. But the CORS problem is a common problem in the development world from what I've ran into, because you're running on a local host server rather than an actual like IP address, like URL that can hit this API. So it sees that and says no. So it doesn't pass the pre-flight checks of the browser. So let's implement that. We're going to go back into our API function. API here, I've got .env already, and I'm just going to add some stuff right to the front of this. So $, curly braces, and I got to make that backticks. Backtick 1. Let's go to the end. Backtick 2. And I didn't use $. That doesn't help matters any at all, does it? And I did it again. All right, there we go. That's better. And I'm going to create a process.env. I call this React app CORS. I'm going to create an environment variable for this. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to create a variable. Let's say const CORS equals process env. You know what? We're going to make this env. I don't want to do this. React app. Call it dev. If it's there, we're going to create a string that is going to be this website. Copy, I got it over here. And then otherwise, it's just going to be empty. So if it does go into production or covered, it won't even end up there. CORS. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see if that works. I was using this earlier, so hopefully it kept my thingy. Console. Say it again. Search. Oh, I didn't create the environment variable. That makes a lot of sense. React app dev. That's going to equal. We're going to make it development. And we're going to redo that because I did that wrong. If it's equal to development. And I believe if I remember right, I got to shut down and restart the server. And we're going to try this again once it fires up. Oh, what do I have running over there? Oh, shoot. No, I don't. I got it running in another terminal. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we're back. Let's enter Tampa. Work. Ooh, error. Why? Oh, I bet it's because I gotta approve the thingy. Let me go there. All right, let's hit that again. Hey, look at that. We got data. All right, so if you don't know what Cores Anywhere is, it's a quick workaround for development. It allows you to, this guy named Rob W. created it, and you can temporarily gain access and use it as a temporary proxy to get around the Cores errors while you're developing an app. The token he provides does expire. I did it about 5 hours ago for another project I was showing a student. So it obviously is less than 5 hours. So I just re-upped it and we're good to go. We got data. We got configuration. Let's take a look at that object. Okay, we got businesses. We got a region. And we got a total. You know what? I want to set up my state like that. I kind of believe in matching your state somewhat to the API you're working with. It tends to make things a little smoother and not so confusing. So instead of results, I'm going to have, looks like businesses. You spell it right? Businesses is going to be an empty array to start. We'll keep the data consistent. Region going to be an object. And we have a total. Default that to 0 for now. All right, state's looking good. Cool. So let's make our API start adding that data to our state. So we have that there. That one's good. Not messing with home yet. We're going to go into our actions. And here we're going to dispatch this stuff. We're going to dispatch. And I'm going to leave that as results. Because I want that whole object coming in on this initial call to go to state. Type is going to be results. And the payload be the response.data. Yeah, that's where all the important stuff is. Then I'm going to ditch this console log. Clean this up a little bit. We're going to go down here to this error. And I'm going to dispatch the error. Dispatch. Type. It's going to be error. Payload. Be the error.message. Yeah, let's make that message. All right, cool. So that's dispatching there. I'm going to get these guys over to my reducer. So let's import the empty object actions, and we're importing results, error, and loading. We're going to create the cases. So let's say case loading. Let's start at the top. Return, copy of state. We're going to set loading to true. Another case. This is going to be, we'll make it our error case. That's a quick one to knock out. Return state. Loading is now going to be false again. Error. It's going to be the action dot payload. Another case. Case is going to be results. And we're going to return, spreading out state. And we're going to start loading back to false. And we're going to say businesses is going to be the action payload businesses, and then we're going to have a region. It's going to be the action payload region. And we got what we got total. I think that's good enough. Let's go to our app. I'm just going to throw this console log back in here. We're going to make sure our state is coming through. And we're going to hit this button. All right, let's see what we got here. We got businesses. Results is still, why is results a state object? It shouldn't be. Let me refresh this. That should be, yeah, there we go. I gotta love strict mode. And bang. So yeah. We went loading true, loading false. This is looking good. We got business, we got 20 businesses. Sweet. All right, so we have our search function working. We might put some validation in there later if we get time. We've been at this quite a bit. I know you guys wanted to keep it to an hour. So let's go to app. We're going to import home. That's above here. I don't like it down there. Call. We're going to bring it home down here. All right, this should give me a little quick fix. Yeah, the quick fix. I don't want to write the import. Ah, okay. VS Code, stop it. No, it doesn't even. Use / home. I should have put those in index actually to make it a little cleaner. I'm gonna pass this state. Actually, this is just gonna hold like the. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pass it the businesses. Businesses equals businesses. I know it doesn't exist yet because I'm gonna make it exist. Just in case we get up blanking out. Drop this back out. Go into our home component. We're gonna have businesses coming in. You can verify it's there. Got a bad habit of, I guess it's a good habit of doing a lot of console logs just because I like to make sure data is where it's supposed to be before I start writing code. So here, home, I'm going to create another view in here, a new file. I'm going to call this, I'm just going to call it a card component. And this is going to be a React functional component. We don't need the React stuff anymore. This is going to bring in props. So that's all we're gonna have right there. Let's go to home. Let's import that in. Don't need this, but it keeps showing up. Import card from card. Is for now we're just gonna say this is map for each biz. We're gonna return a card and take the biz in as prop. Hey man. Oh, I didn't close it. That's fine. All right, so we got a bunch of those hitting hard. Oh, I gotta give it a key. These have IDs? Oh, they do. Cool. Here's the ID. All right, I should make that happier. And let's start building a card. Let's take a look at one of these objects. All right, let me go to my card component. I'm going to start writing some comments as to what this has. Looks like we have. Actually, let me go look and see what you guys want. You want this card to have see, it looks like an address, image, if available, star rating, review, count, and a link to the Yelp page. Okay. I should be able to do that. Let's log these props here. I'm going to go into home. I'm going to ditch this one. And let's go to our app. Let's clear that. Let's just search again. All right, it's going to light me up quite a bit here. Move my picture out of the way a little bit. The biz. So I'm just going to pull that out. That's all that's there. Categories, coordinates, distance, ID. All right, image URL. So let's start grabbing some of this stuff. Image URL. Location. The name. The rating. The review count. Review underscore count. And the URL. That's the location to the page. The biz. I like biz. Sounds cool. So now that I gotta structure this guy out. I hate it when my winter does that. Here I'm gonna put in like I'm gonna start with like an H3, This is going to be the name. And then div. This is going to hold my image. I might actually change that a little bit. Some of them might not have an image. So image source is going to be equal to the image URL, and alt tag is going to be the name. So now we're going to see some images pop up. That's cool. I have to do some styling to fix that. So let's see here. I got that div there. We'll just start laying out some other things real quick, like p tags for address. Be the location dot location what dot address one. And we don't know if we're going to have other ones yet. Let's see here. P tag. We're going to have a rating. The rating is going to be the rating. And we're going to have a P tag. And this is going to be the reviews. Review count. And then this should be, we're going to make a p tag. It's going to say Yelp site. I'll make that a tag. Here is going to be the actually, you know what? Let's do this here. Yelp site. Want to keep this as an embedded a tag, I think. I got the block element of the p tag. Wow, I just did that. Let's do this a. I'm going to say this here, Yelp. We'll call it Yelp link. Why not? Yelp link. This is going to have an href equal to the URL. We should see some cool stuff on the page now. Let's close this up. Wow, that image is huge. That's all right. We got these stacked up. The parking doctors. Yelp link. I wonder if the Yelp link works. Let's try it. A1 Express. Click Yelp link. Where are we going? Hey, look at that. It's like sorcery. All right, I got nothing showing up because I got to refresh this. And let's type in Tampa again. See what this stuff looks like. All right, so we have all the information. I got a couple things left. I got to do the mathy fun for the score. And we got to style this thing out that looks pretty gross. At least the card potion. We got to get that a little cleaner. So let's see here. Let's go to the mathy portion. Also to play a parking lot score. And we'll create a p tag up here. This is going to be the area for the score. There, yeah, we're going to write a function to do that. Do that up here. I'm going to get rid of these comments. And let's say const count score equals function, It's going to, I got that relevant to me right here. And I'm writing this function in the card just because it seems like the simplest place to put it at the moment. So let's see here. It might generate like 20 copies of the function, but I'm not sure. Actually, it should, but I don't think that's going to be an issue because we only have 20 records coming back. Okay, so the number of reviews. So we're going to set the, let's say const total equals, let's do some math here. We got the number of reviews. So the review count. Review count times the rating. Assuming those are all numbers, we should be all right. We're going to divide that by the number of reviews, which would also be a review count. Plus 1. We're going to return total score. So we don't even have to set this to a variable. We just return that stuff. And then we'll come down here to score, write some JavaScripty stuff, and we'll say calc score. Do we break it? Let's see what we got here. Let's refresh. Tampa search. Boom, boom. The score, man, that's a little insane. 3.35, 3.34. Actually, you know what? Because we got to sort these in order. You want the lowest rated one first. This function's not going to work here. So I'm gonna comment this out now, and I'm gonna create a function. Where do I want to create it at? Let me think about this. The reducer. I could probably create it in the reducer and have it add the score to the businesses, but I think this would be better off as an action on its own. But I want to do that before I set the state for rendering. So let's go into our actions. And actually, utils, we'll create this function in utils. This is more of a utility. New file, I'm going to call this calc score.js. Let's go to our card. We're going to grab this guy. And we're going to save that. It might break, might not. We're going to go into our calc score file. Where did I just put that? Right here. And we're going to export that. Review count, none of this is going to be right. I do know I have a parameter, and we'll just review count rating. All right. So we have that, that's coming through. That should work. We don't want to calculate on the card. I want to add it to the card object before it goes to state. So parking actions. And this is going to dispatch it to state. Let's say it's not going to waste. Let's write it up here. Actually, you know what? I'll just write it down here as a function. Let's import it in. Let's see what we get. Import score utilities. All right, I have that. But that my whole data is coming in here. You know what? I think I'm going to do it in the reducer side of things. I think that'd look better. So where businesses are here, I'm actually going to map this. Map for each biz. Return. Spread out biz. And I'm going to add the key of score. And here I'm going to run my function. So let's get my function. Score. Equals score. Your score is going to be the result of calc score, passing in biz dot. We need the reviews. So review. Let me inspect. I didn't want to do that. Inspect. Console. I should be having a log somewhere. Oh yeah, we're lighting up the console. Review count. Review count. And we have the rating. So is dot rating. If I save that. Okay, these are our new objects, and I should see a score key now. Pretty sure I should. Actually, you know what? Let me refresh this. Tampa. I think I'm getting bit by the strict mode again. Show me a score key. Score. All right, we're calculating the score. But I need to also sort that. So I'm going to Google me a sort function. Can't remember if it's A dot score minus B dot score, vice versa. Script sort low to high. I think W3 Schools got a good way of doing that. I'm right. Yeah, function AB, return A minus B. That is what I believe I need. It's anybody be B minus A. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so we got this calc score is going to return that. This is going to return an array. So what we got here? Points dot sort. I believe I could just chain the dot sort to the end of this. So yeah, dot sort. And we're going to put an anonymous callback in there. Not what kind of, a kind of B. That arrow, and it would be, actually this would be minus B, and it would be, we start with B, okay. Get the highest value in an array, sort an array in descending order. So A, B, in descending order, yeah, okay. So this would be B dot, B dot score. Actually, it might not exist yet. A dot score. This might blow up. Let's see what happens. Refresh. See if it worked. So Knight's Valet. Oh, I didn't even get a score key. Oh, I'm not displaying the score key. Duh. Let me go back over to my card. Let's add score in here. I like this one. Score. That worked. I changed the way it was sorted. Score is 3.75. What's this one? 3.5. 3.5. 4. 4.5. It is not working. Okay. So we got to do this a little differently. Let's go in our reducer, probably before we return the results. Let's do this. I'm going to say const sorted equals action dot payload businesses. Actually, I want to grab. Why don't I just do this? X D. There we go. Business is now going to be sorted dot sort. And let's see if this works. .47. Actually, it might have been working before, but their score is 3.75. This score is 3.47, 3.47, 3.42. Okay, so I'm backwards. Might have been working before. It looks cleaner this way. Score is 0.5. Score 1.4. Yeah, okay, now we got the lowest score. Perfect. All right. So we need to address some styling here. I would like to let's look up real quick. Around JavaScript. I think it's too fixed. Decimal places. Stack Overflow we got. Yeah, that could work. Here we go. Result parse float. Okay, so I can call parse float the number. Yeah, I think that's a good idea right there. Oh, that's gonna parse the float. That's not gonna work. I actually kind of like this first one. It's just a little more robust. So, four. You have that whole value. but we're going to multiply it by 100. And instead divided by 100. Let's see if that does any better. Refresh. Tampa. I understand I'm probably taking a little longer, but I'm just trying to do a good job. Make it look cool. So let's build out some cards. Let's do some styling here real quick, at least to the card portion of it and home. So we're going to go to the card first. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call this r.scss. Let's go get some class names. Let's import this in actually. Ah, not that. Ah, yes. Let's go get our stats. We are moving at glacier speed here. Come on. All right, we got it. Let's refresh again now. Oh, okay. Uninstall node-sass. Forgot about the update. Should find it now. All right, let's try again. What do you mean you can't find it? It's there. Sass. I see it. I might have to kill the compiler. Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's do Tampa. All right, we're all better now. Let's go make some styles. So I want to start by pinning some class names on the card. So container. It's only H3. I'm gonna do this. Last name equals image. Handle the rest of that. We won't worry about that stuff right now. So let's go into Sass and we're gonna go dot card container. Width of like I don't know, 50%. Start there. And I put a width on the parent. So let's create the parent width. And we probably should start at the top here. Let's get rid of the reducer, get rid of package JSON, the actions, search we're gonna leave alone for now. Index we don't need. A little cleanup here. So app.js has app.css, which has a class name of app. So app.css, I'm gonna rename that to SCSS. I love my SAS. The such file directory. Yeah, I know. I gotta add it up here. There we go. All right, app App logo doesn't exist anymore. I get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let's get rid of all this. And app text align center. I'm going to do this display flex direction column. And I'm going to give this a width of 100% of the page and a max width of about 1400 or 1440 pixels. Should keep everything kind of in line. Let's take a look at it, make sure it falls in line. It does, but those are not lining up the way I would like. So let's go mess with that. Just go to home. And our home component just has a div. This is going to be last name, home container. Let's go to home. We got to import home. Here we're going to make it home. Width. We'll go 80%. Home container should be there. Looks like we got to go in app here. We're going to add a flex property. Align items, center. That looks like still not moving. Flex column center, that should have done it, but let's do it. Justify content center. Neither one of them are working right now, so let's hold off on that. Let's go see why. CSS. So is that staying centered? Those are both staying right in the middle. So I'm cool with that. So the search button, so the home, I got to really target. So home, this needs to display flex. Display flex. Flex wrap. We're going to wrap these and justify content. Space between line items, center, parent. Oh, I still got to do the image stuff. That might be what's holding me up. So my card container has a width of 50%. Let's take a look at that structure real quick. We're going to actually set that card container up for 48. Allow a little space. Need to style that image inside of there. So I'm going to say dot image. Give this a width. We're going to start small, 20%. And the image itself, we're going to pin to the parent with a width of 100%. That should make it style a little better. Why is nothing picking up? got a card container. It's got a class of image. Let's take a look at the styles. None of my CSS is coming in. Oh, why is that not coming in? Card.scss. Put a border on that thing. Card container. Card container. Is it really a compiler thing? It's not picking up. Just take an app, but it says app CSS is still there, and it's not. Ah, that was it. Shame on me. All right. So we got some cards with the red border looking a little gross. You know what we could do? We could put box shadow on this. So 1 pixel. 2 pixels. 2 pixels. Black. That kind of looks kind of cool. Get rid of the red. Yeah, there we go. Kind of looking neat. So that, you know what, we're gonna make them one card. So we're gonna have this home CSS. We're not gonna wrap anymore. And our justify content is going to be gone. And we're going to give it a flex direction. Flex direction of column. However, app doesn't have me centered yet. So align items, center. There we go. So I want a little space in my cards and a little width. So we're going to give these a width of like 70%. How's that look when it gets to a big page? Why am I off to the left? Let's see here. I'm off to the left because of margin. So like if I put this on home, if I put a border here, that's going to show me what that's doing. Right now that's centered. It's staying centered, so the whole app is what's wrong. Let's go into app, and we're gonna let's try it here. 0 auto. Oh, semicolon. Better. Let's see if that does it. No, it's still off, so that's not where I need to put it. This probably needs to be on the body. So index CSS. Where's index CSS? Let's rename this. Gotta stay consistent. Gonna blow up. Actually, you know what? Let's keep that CSS because that goes directly to the HTML. And I'm going to set body. Let's refresh that. That should be fixed. Still off. Why does CSS always kick my butt? I have no idea. 2 pixels, solid red. What's that border look like? So it's not the body that's holding me up. It's got to be the app. See what it looks like now. Yeah, the app hits the max width. So this should have a margin. Throw auto. Oh, that's gonna blow it up. Refresh. There's actually a tummy right here. Oh, that's looking better. Search. Yeah, more better. More gooder, right? So let's go fix these cards up a little bit. Don't need much for home right now. I'm going to give apps pretty much done. Let's go into card. Give it a little box shadow width. Let's give it a margin top of, I don't know, 20 pixels. I'll bump them down, give it some space. Image width, let's go 40. I need to containerize this a little bit. So I think I want the image. Let's see if I built this card out. I think having the image kind of over there and everything else over here would look cool. So, all right. Well, it's been over an hour, and I don't want to bore you guys too much more with my CSS fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the recording now. The CSS I'm going to play with and submit it when I'm done with the repository. Get the cards lined up a little cleaner. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you all soon. Have a good one.